Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of New York City, Season 13, Episode 13. Ho Ho Holidays. This episode opens with a couple of quick scenes. We see Leah and Kiki trying to file Angel's nails. Ebony is getting swabbed for her DNA test to see if Ashley is her real sister. And Sonja and Luann are in a restaurant having lunch. This is the day after Ramona's birthday party. In Sonja's confessional, she said, "I'm ready for Mr. Right, and I do want to take that plunge, but if you wave my Mr. Right now in front of me, Dylan from the party, I can't refrain." So she's telling Luann about it, and Luann, she's just so creepy here, like, "Give me all the dirty details. Did you hook up or no?" Sonja, "There was just no way that I could leave that to go to waste." I mean, both of them, I don't know. I swear, I'm not a prude. I'm not. That's not what's bothering me about this. It's that if women ever want to stop being objectified by men, which, let's be real, is more about power and control than anything else, that's why men go for women who are younger, less established, less income, so they can dominate. What bothers me is that the answer to that isn't for women to start objectifying men. Something just felt a little sleazy to me for Luann to be getting these young boys to come to the birthday party. I hope they were paid decently. Anyway, Luann is salivating as she's asking these questions of Sonja. "Did you even have sex with him?" Sonja, "Did I? I can hardly even walk today. I mean, come on, am I Sonja Morgan?" Luann, "Oh good, here comes Ramona." "Oh good." Ramona goes, "How are you doing, Sonja, with my roses? My pink roses that Dylan brought for me." Luann, "She took home the roses and Dylan." And Ramona goes, "You're kidding." Both Sonja and Luann, "Not kidding." Sonja, "Well, somebody had to do it." Ramona's like, wow, you're glowing." In Ramona's confessional, she said, "I'm a little shocked that she went home with him, and even more shocked that he took her home." I mean, I'm sure he didn't take her home. I'm sure they went to her place, right? No way they went back to Dylan's little studio that he shares with his hair. Okay, so now the food comes, and they begin to talk about Ebony's Black Shabbat dinner. You know, the one that Bershan is not invited to, because she didn't go to Israel with Ebony. Sonja's like, "When are we going to the Black Seder?" Ramona goes, "Is her boyfriend coming?" And Sonja goes, "Oh, they broke up." Ramona, "What?" That was quite a reaction out of Ramona. So Ramona's never been more shocked about anything. Luann goes, "Are you sure?" Sonja, "He doesn't want to see her." Luann, "Can you tell us more?" Sonja, "He wants her to be Jewish, but he doesn't want her to convert." Huh? Ramona goes, "Oh, so therefore he can only marry her if she's truly, truly Jewish." Sonja, "There you go." Sonja feels bad for Ebony because this guy led her on knowing that there was no future. And then Sonja goes, I have to call her. I'm a jerk." So she immediately picks up the phone and calls Ebony. Ebony says, "Hello." She said, "Ebony, I'm calling you because I feel like a jerk." And Ebony said, "Why?" Sonja, "Because you told me in confidence that you broke up with your boyfriend, and I just told the girls. I'm so sorry. Everyone's upset." Yes. Ramona may not get over it. Ebony goes, "But why is everybody upset?" Good question. Then she's like, "Don't be upset." Luann, "I'm so sorry to hear. I had no idea." Ebony goes, "Well, you know, he broke my heart. I've had 2 heartbreaks this year. I mean, geez, what more can a girl go through? I'll tell you guys at my Shabbat dinner." Then Ramona grabs the phone. "Okay, why did he wait so long to tell you?" It is honestly hitting Ramona the hardest. I'm not kidding. And when I say the hardest, I'm including Ebony in that. Ramona, "Why wasn't he honest with you? I think that's why we women have trust issues." And Ebony goes, "I think he wasn't honest with himself, but don't you ladies worry about it." And so she says goodbye to everyone. I guess the next time they're going to see her is at the music video shoot for Luann's Christmas song. Luann, "Breakups are never easy, but let me tell you, doing a Christmas song and a music video makes it a lot easier." Oh, well, then her confessional takes a bit of a different turn. Is this a performance piece? I haven't totally worked that out in my mind yet, what this is that happens next. But Luann's in her confessional still, and she says,
eat some caviar, a little rooftop in New York City, hair done, jewelry on.
And I'm thinking, what is this? Is this like lines from her Christmas song? What is happening?
Oh, mirror on the wall.
Time out. She actually picks up a hand mirror at this point and is looking into it.
Oh, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest in the land? I guess it's not his call.
Okay. Guys, I don't understand what I just saw, but I think I might love it. Next, we are at Leah's apartment, and her brother Danny comes over. He has a package with him, and Leah's like, what's in there? And he said, oh, this is from Grandma. It's the rosary that was on her arm. It's for cure. And Leah goes, oh. And he goes, don't smell it, because it smells like Grandma. What do you guys think Leah did immediately? Yeah, she smelled it. Tears running down her face. Then Sarah shows up and Leah tells her, your skin looks beautiful. Sarah, oh my God, I threw up today. Leah, oh my God, I hope you're not pregnant. Sarah, I almost thought that. Danny, I've also been sick the last couple days. Sarah, I hope you're not pregnant. So the siblings are having dinner together. All they talk about is Bunny. Leah tells Danny that Mom is always a lot harder on me and Sarah than you. And Danny agrees. He knows that's true. Then Leah goes, Mom called me last night at 10:30 asking, are you really converting to Judaism? I said, well, I'm taking the steps. I'm learning with someone and I met with a rabbi. Danny goes, what's the rabbi like? And Leah said, oh, he's really cool. He's awesome. He's like a New Yorker. He curses. He's funny. Sarah asked how old he is, and she said he's kind of maybe just a little bit older than me. Sarah, I smell a scandal. Next, we are at Sonja's townhouse with Emma, her assistant, and Emily, one of her interns. The difference between assistant and intern, unclear. My guess is that neither of them do anything. I literally think at this point, Sonja just wants company. I think she's lonely in that big townhouse, and yeah, having these young people around, it's just like she's paying people to hang out with her. Anyway, she's in the middle of telling them, there is no way no motherfuckers are getting in here. I have an alarm system, I have monoxide detectors, and we have the poodle on high alert. Side note, does she really think that the carbon monoxide detectors will keep people from breaking into her home? To be fair, she just said monoxide detectors. I made the jump to carbon monoxide, but who knows? Maybe the monoxides are a street gang. Oh boy. Okay, the doorbell rings and it's Alita St. James and her assistant that carries all her shit around. Yes, the healer has come to, do some more healing. I hope Marion from Salem doesn't see this because she made it abundantly clear that Sonja needed professional help, like someone with a PhD. So Alita is here because of the things that Marion uncovered about Sonja's father. Leaving her when she was just 2 years old and the alcoholism and all that. And Sonja wanted to explore this a little bit further with her healer. In Sonja's confessional, she said, I always suspected that I might have a daddy complex. I just didn't realize it went back to my dad. Yeah, who would have thought that your daddy complex was about your daddy? So the healer wants to know what happened at the seance. Sonja tells her, and she's also mentioning her mother's second husband and that he never paid any attention to her. Sonja says he didn't look at her like she was one of his children. And she's like, I was just a kid. I didn't want to feel excluded. In her confessional, she said, I think when it became most evident to me that my stepdad didn't love me as much as he did his own children was when he came over in his big convertible, looking very handsome and dashing, and all the kids clamored in, and I was asked to get out. She's talking to Alita now, and she said, why would he not take me? I was a great kid. I'm taking care of his children while my mom is working. She said, I'll never forget that because it was shocking to me. And she said, I think of my siblings as my closest family. Alita said, okay, you're dealing with two issues. You had your father who was there and then not there, and your second father who abandon you and only dealt with his own children. So you're locking in all these feelings of abandonment and thinking men abandon me. Sonja. Of course they do. So the healer's trying to change that, thought that's locked in her brain and get her to, change the pattern. And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of with Alita on this. Until she brings out the drum. Then she's just banging a drum over Sonja and shaking wind chimes over her. And I'm out. We are now at Ebony's apartment where a courier has just dropped off an envelope with her DNA results in it. Dun, dun, dun. She's pretty nervous to find out the results. She says that I opened this envelope and it could be life-changing for me. On the one hand, I could find out that Ashley is my real blood sister, and the man that I thought was my dad all along was my dad, or I just go back to being a fatherless child. So she just opened the envelope and she's looking at it, reading the results, and this is what her face looks like. And it's driving me crazy because I cannot read her expression. She calls Ashley and tells her that she has the results. And Ebony said, blood-wise, it does not support that we are sisters. Ashley looks so upset, you guys. I'm tearing up. It's dumb because I know that doesn't have to matter, right? She can welcome Ashley into her life regardless of the results of that DNA test. But I don't know. I guess I just wanted them to be sisters because I also wanted that closure for Ebony to know who her father was. I don't know. Back at Sonja's townhouse, she has Will, one of her former interns. I don't know what he is to her now, but he's like helping put her shoes on and she's getting dressed because her business partner, Gaurav, is coming. She says she wants to look good because I represent the brand. And Will goes, okay, well, let's make sure your blouse is... And she cuts him off. Oh, I don't normally wear a bra with this, but since Gaurav and Laura are coming, I thought I would wear a bra. But this is Armani. You don't wear a bra with it. In her confessional, Sonja said that Century 21 went bankrupt. Meanwhile, they said I was their #1 sellout. She keeps saying sellout. I mean, I know what she means, but she's calling herself a sellout. She was #1 for online items, which brings me back to Gaurav, my partner. Why are you not telling me I'm the best sellout? Something doesn't add up here. So Sonja gets downstairs and she's telling her assistants and Will, oh, I forgot to tell you Ramona's coming by. The singer Stinger. So we need one more setup for her. So Sonja tells us that she invited Ramona because maybe she could get through to Gaurav more than Sonja could. But there is a part of her that's just afraid that Ramona's going to make things worse. Which is always a possibility. Okay, so Gaurav and Laura arrive now, and Gaurav is basically telling Sonja that there's a lot of things in the works right now, and he thinks they're going to be making money soon, like on the level of Martha Stewart. But as Sonja said, whenever she asks him financial questions, he's very vague about everything. So Ramona gets there now, and she just hits the ground running. She barely says hello to them both. When she begins her speech, Sonja is very proud of her brand, Sonja Morgan. And I just have some input. I'm coming to this discussion very educated in business. I started my own company and I had success there. So Gaurav says, the first month we barely sold $2,000. So from $2,000 to today, we're now averaging about $50,000. Ramona goes, $50,000 a year? And he goes, no, a month. Ramona goes, if you're making $50,000 a month, that's $600,000 a year. If you're doing $600,000 a year, you're easily making like $400,000 gross profit. Because you're on the internet, you're selling retail. Gaurav goes, the average cost? And Gaurav is like, well, the average cost of website maintenance is your opinion. Would you like to be the creative director of the website and run it? Ramona goes, I'll be an advisor and I don't need to be paid. And Sonja goes, no, she doesn't. What about all those expenses? And Ramona's like, all I know is there's enough money for her to get something every month, even like $5,000. So now Laura is kind of saying something to Gaurav about uncashed checks. And Gaurav says to Ramona, do you know that Sonja has $10,000 in uncashed checks? Sonja goes, no, I don't. There was a $2,000 check. I didn't cash because that was an insult. Laura's like, I don't know if you're not getting your mail because now I don't know if Gaurav is like gonna write her a check right now. He's like, I don't lie. And Sonja's like, she's so frustrated. Now Gaurav is showing us a spreadsheet on his phone of Sonja's royalties, which total $82,000. And Ramona goes, so the money should still be there because she's not cashing any checks. And Gaurav said, only the lawyers have been paid from that. Ramona's trying to just find out, well, how much did you pay the lawyers out of the $82,000? Finally, he says $60,000 was paid to lawyers. And Ramona's like, oh, drops her phone. $80,000 is what you were supposed to give her. You took $60,000 back? Gaurav is like, not me, I don't pay myself. That's for the business. All for the company, Sonja's company, not me. So Sonja says, I want $5,000 for every $50,000 made going forward. Why? That drives me insane that she just threw this arbitrary number out there because earlier Ramona said she should be able to get something every month, $5,000. She needs to see the books. She needs to see what is hers and get that amount of money. Don't just toss me $5,000 every month so that, I can stay afloat. It drives me nuts. Anyway, she goes, and I want to see the books. Are the books still in an actual ledger? Like Sonja's Bob Cratchit? It's probably a spreadsheet, right? He could airdrop it to her right now. Gaurav is just like, we have no problems. I say this 500 times to her. I gave you the tax filings. And now she and Ramona are yelling, we don't want the tax filings. She wants the books. And Sonja and Ramona get up now, and Sonja grabs her purse and puts it on her arm. And, sweetie, this is your house. I don't know where you're going. I don't know why you had your purse with you. This reminds me of the last time she hosted the ladies that she had her purse with her. I found that strange. Unless it's like Dorit, it's part of the outfit. Anyway, I hope that ended with her finally getting to see the books and that she could show Ebony the books and see what she thinks. I don't know. Sonja needs some friends that can help her out. I feel so worried that she's being taken advantage of all the time. Okay, so now we are in, I think, a room in the Barclay Hotel. And this is where the music video is taking place. Evan, the director, said to Luann, okay, so this is your living room. So I made it my living room. In her confessional, Luann said, I want my music video to reflect the holiday and getting together with loved ones, enjoying each other, celebrating. That's what I want the vibe to be. So I hope that's the vibe I get from the girls because you never know. That is true. Billy Stritch arrives now, and Luann is getting her makeup done. And he said, you know what? I think I should do a whole album for Christmas. And we'll record it in the summer when we have plenty of time. No one will be rushed. Luann goes, yeah, and Leah can rest assured that all the paperwork will be in order first. All right, Leah and Ebony are in the car driving over there together. Ebony is carrying her dress, but Leah is wearing hers. And Leah also has, for some reason, Angel with her. They talk about how pretty Leah's dress is, and she goes, I know, isn't it? Even though it's not my style, I would never wear this, but I do appreciate it. She tells us in her confessional, I'm just grateful that it's not sweatpants and a paper bag. Flashback to Sonja's fashion show when everyone was giving adorable dresses and Tinsley even had 2 dresses to pick from, and all Leah was given was that knit sweatsuit pants and sweater. Anyway, she asks Ebony how she's doing, and Ebony tells her that she got the results for the DNA test, and they were not a match with Ashley. Leah said, oh, I'm so sorry. And then they talk about how it does mean that there is a possibility that her real father is still alive. So she said she's going to kind of pursue that. All right, so Ramona is the first to arrive at the video shoot. Everyone is in Giovanni dresses, of course. And she's just kind of watching because they have started to film now, and they're starting with Luann. And Luann makes her entrance off of the terrace. So she kind of walks into the living room off of the terrace and then goes over by the piano. And she's got to keep doing it over and over again because they're lip syncing to the track. And Evan is the director of the shoot. And he's like, we'll just keep doing it as many times as we need to. And Luann goes, huh, yeah, well, it's cold and it's raining out here, so my hair is going to be a mess. Ramona, take 50. So supportive. Leah and Ebony arrive now. Luann still hasn't quite nailed her part. She's got to go back outside in the cold one more time, and Angel has run out after her. Leah, why did you bring your dog? I mean, what made you think it was okay to have a dog at a video shoot? You know, especially letting her down, and I don't know, that was probably a Bravo thing. I need to, get over it. In Leah's confessional, she goes, I feel like I just walked into, what would be Luann's version of heaven. A 60-foot Christmas tree, everyone in Giovanni, Tiffany boxes everywhere, and Luann as the star of it all. Just as they're ready for Leah, she pops a chip in her mouth, and Ramona is pounding the champagne. I don't know if that's going to lead somewhere or not, but Luann warned her not to get sloshed, and she's like, I've never been sloshed. There's a first time for everything. Why not in the middle of a video shoot? So while they're shooting Leah's part, Luann and Ramona are talking. First, they're giving Ebony condolences for her breakup. She's like, it's fine. I'm taking a break from dating for a while now. Luann, you and me both. Garth and I. Ebony goes, what happened?
Well, we were spotted in Sag Harbor, and photographers took pictures of us. And it got everywhere.
I mean, I want a guy who's proud to walk down the street with me. You know, and an article's not gonna, throw him off his game. Ramona, men are always intimidated by women who are smarter, richer, and have more high-profile connections than they do. Oh, okay. Is Angel part of the music video? I think she is, or they just decided to make her part of it because I can see Leah doing her part and she's holding Angel. All right, so Ebony has gone to watch Leah do her part, and now it's just Luann and Ramona. And Luann said, did you know that Sonja left her caviar at the hotel? Ramona, well, you know what I found out? She fell asleep there and passed out. Side note, she fell asleep and then passed out? Wouldn't it be hard to know if you passed out if you were already asleep? Luann goes, we've got to get the real story from Hank. Ramona, well, I got the real story. So basically, Sonja went back to the hotel where Dylan was staying with his girlfriend. Then we see this video that Dylan was taking with his hair. That's his first love, so sorry to the girlfriend. You see this video he took, and then he turns, and in the background you can see Sonja sitting on his bed and his girlfriend is standing by the bed. Ramona said, I saw the video on Dylan's Insta stories. Then Hank got a call at 2:00 in the morning from Dylan. He said, listen, you gotta come and get Sonja because she's passed out drunk on my bed in my hotel room and I gotta get her out of here. Then in her confessional, Ramona's wondering why Sonja makes up stories. Why did she say she had sex with a hot guy all night when she really just passed out? I don't know what she's trying to prove. I mean, so it's pretty sad if this is true. And it looks like it is because we do see that video of her. Okay, there's so many things that bother me about this, but I feel like people in Sonja's life take advantage of her. I think she's smart. I just think because she's so insecure or feels unworthy or something of being treated better, she allows people to kind of take advantage of her. And what's creepy about this video to me that Dylan took is that he's taking it and then he's runs his hand through his hair. And then as he turns, he does it specifically so that you can see that Sonja is there in the background. It's not like he's taking a video of Sonja and having her wave. He's trying to do it in a sneaky way that she doesn't know he's videotaping her. And that's creepy. I don't know if he's trying to sell it or, well, no, he put it on Instagram. I don't know what he's trying to do, but It bothers me a lot. And it bothers me that her two friends of 20 years, Luann and Ramona, are now just kind of like making fun of her for pretending that she slept with him when she didn't. And oh, she lies all the time. And I mean, think about why she's lying though. It's, I don't know. Luann goes, to me, she said, yeah, Lou, I've still got it. Okay, don't further embarrass her. Obviously, she's not feeling great about herself or her life or whatever. I don't think she needs you two gossiping hens cackling behind her back. I don't know. Now they're talking about how happy Sonja was when Luann and Garth broke up. And Luann's like, yeah, you're right. She was very happy to hear that news. All right, Leah is done now with her part, and it's Ramona's turn. And now Sonja finally arrives. I was wondering if she was going to be in the music video or not, but yeah, she's here now. Sonja has a thank you gift for Luann for hosting the birthday party for her. And in return, Luann tries to trick her into lying by asking her about the caviar. She said, did you like the caviar? And Sonja said, oh, yeah, it was good. Luann, did you eat it? Sonja, yeah, with the model. So all the ladies move into the other room now, or out in the hall, because Ramona can't hear her cues. You know, I have that ear thing. So they all go out in the hall. Luann tells them that they can't get the video out. They were trying to get it out for Christmas, but they can't get it out in time, so it's going to be Christmas of 2022. She said because they needed to get it out on Spotify and everything first, and that everything took time, so it's just better this way. And she goes, and then we'll have all the paperwork for Leah. And Leah's like, yeah, that'll be great. So Ramona did great, and now it's Ebony's turn to shoot her part. Oh my God. While Ebony is doing her part, now Ramona asks Sonja about the caviar. So they both had the same devious idea. Let's make Sonja look like a fool on camera. I mean, who cares? You already know she lied about it. She lied about having sex with the guy. Just leave her alone. It's not evil, it's sad. So Sonja's like, yeah, I took the caviar to the model's hotel and I had it with him. But the caviar is not exactly what I remember. And it's just, I mean, knowing that it didn't happen now is it's just so cringy. And it's not even like they don't understand that Sonja's in a bad place. Because Luann just said something about that 5 minutes ago. So this, like, making her repeat her lie on camera it's just cruel. And I don't think real friends do this. Now, while Sonja is talking to Leah about the model, because this is the first time Leah's hearing about Sonja going to the hotel with Dylan. While Sonja is filling Leah in on her story, Ramona and Luann are snickering and laughing and looking at each other like, oh my God. Anyway, Sonja said she's having a hard time sleeping because she has a blind date coming up, like a real date with a marriage material guy. I guess this is from the matchmaker that Ebony set her up with, but I'm not sure. So Luann goes, yes, focus on marriage material and not the toy boys. It's boy toys and you pimped Dylan out to her in the first place. Ramona and Luann are still laughing at Sonja. Luann said, I think Dylan has a girlfriend. And Leah goes, he has a girlfriend? And Luann goes, yeah, I think she was in the room with you. And she's pointing at Sonja. Sonja, well, I don't know about that, but he is a very good lover. Ramona, he posted it on Instagram. So now Sonja is trying to like close herself in one of the rooms and there's a door stopper and she's trying to like kick it out of the way so she can close the door. And these two witches are just cackling so loud. Ramona's laughter sounds like high-pitched and wheezy, kind of like a dog whining in a way. Have a listen. So in that other room, Sonja is telling Leah, so I went back there with him and I had the caviar and he's got like tequila. And I go, what happened to Bershon? And where's Hank? Then this girl comes out of the bathroom and I was like, what the fuck? And I know I have this date coming up with like this marriage material guy, so it was just like a fling, you know? And Leah goes, "Can I see a picture of the girl?" Sonja, "I was there for the dick." Leah, "I know, but she was there, so I'm not gonna ask for total details because like it's private." And Sonja goes, "No, it's not private." Leah, "Okay, then give me the details." Like, what happened with the girl? Sonja's like, "You want the sex details." She was just there. Like, I wasn't there for her, you know? Then the director comes in, Ryan, and he's ready for Sonja. It's her turn. And she says to him for some reason, "You want the details? It's nothing new in the book of Sonja. Come on." I'm sure he's like, "What are you talking about?" Meanwhile, Ramona is telling Ebony, "We busted Sonja big time." And Ebony goes, "Why? What did she do?" Ramona, "She claimed she went home with Dylan." And they had great sex. She basically fell asleep there with his girlfriend and then passed out. Again, she fell asleep and then passed out. Ebony, in her confessional, said that she feels really bad for Sonja because she doesn't really believe that Sonja had sex with anyone after the party. But she said, "I think Sonja always feels like she has to come up with this bullshit story to entertain and please this group." I think that's right, actually. I think that's right. It might be partly because she's overcompensating or unhappy with her own life. But yeah, I think she has said this so many times now. Ever since Bershan called her a clown, she has said so many times that she, you know, is funny, or she plays the part of the comic all the time. She said something similar to Martin at the boxing gym. She said something about that's her role. So yeah, I mean, that's a good point. There's probably a lot of it that is like, well, she's there for entertainment, so she makes up stories. Then we see Ramona going off on a phone call, and the cameras follow her, and, you know, she's still mic'd. And you hear her say, "Some were supposed to be deposited in January." And then she turns and she goes, "This is a business call." Leah and Ebony are dancing around in the living room, and I thought they were done, but they're still doing one last shot with all the ladies in it, and they're now waiting on Ramona, who's taking forever. Billy's in the shot, he's on piano, and all the ladies are standing around the piano. God, it's so corny, you guys, so corny. After that scene, then all the ladies, when they're saying the line, "searching all over the globe for a man," or something like that, they've all got their fingers pointed on a globe. Oh my God. It's going to be so bad. I hope it's so bad it's good, but I mean, I don't even know if I'll ever see it. If it isn't like on TV for free at some point, it's like I'm not going to buy a music video. Not that one anyway. But yeah, so that's a wrap on the music video and this episode. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to receive notifications every time I put out a new video, please click the bell icon down below. And don't forget to leave a comment. I love to hear from you guys. I will be back next week with the next recap of The Real Housewives of New York City. I love you guys. Bye.